Yo, welcome to the New Normal Podcast. I want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning in. If you just came in the door, make sure you like the video, make sure you share the video, make sure you tell everybody about the New Normal Podcast, your baby mama, baby daddy, side nigga, granny, deacon at the church. Just tell everybody about the New Normal Podcast. We bring y'all good content like this every day. Today we're gonna be talking about a lot of fighting and shit and people being outraged because this is outrage Wednesday. We're gonna be talking about Sydney Sweeney and her jeans, and if it's a Nazi what they call it, like a Nazi salute
Propaganda?
propaganda, not Nazi propaganda. We're gonna be talking about the weed fight in Texas because you can't go anywhere where there's a bunch of black people there getting free shit. It's gonna be some fights there because mm, I think your brain got the low IQ motherfuckers. And then we're gonna be talking about Shakira Richardson getting fighting in Alpo, her boyfriend, or whatever he's supposed to be. But she two-pieced him up real quick. He got a black eye rolled on the floor and they put him out with a fire extinguisher. But okay, I lied. But it sounded good for context. So we're gonna be just talking about a lot of stuff that's going on in the news. How you feeling today?
Feeling great, man. It's been slow. My energy been low. I'm trying to get my vibrations back, man. I think it's the season change, but
Now you got to stop choking that chicken. You can't stop choking that chicken.
I ain't got to come back for that. Oh shit! But yeah,
I see it all in your face. Just playing.
We going into this fall season. The weather been very crazy, but
It's
outrage
crazy,
Wednesday. This is I don't know, man. It just feel weird. The air, the things that trigger us, especially what we talking about today with this Sydney Sweeney. I don't know. I think people are looking and searching high and low to be offended by something. What they call it, SJWs, social justice warriors. I think this is a new occupation. I think people are finding ways to get paid. You got paid provocateurs. You got people that's getting paid for protests. Everything is monetized, and I think people are looking and trying to, troll, make stories that are not stories, make them big, and it's just a payday.
I think we living in an era where people that used to get bullied now get to speak out. They now they get the bullhorn. People get to hear them. They're not getting shoved in lockers and face pushed in toilets. They now they got the big horn. Now
they find the cause. You think
they found the cause. They found their tribe. They found other people to be outraged with them. They don't like bullying. And when it comes to people like Sydney Sweeney, we can go and get in there. Like the Sydney Sweeney issue, slim woman, fit, fairly attractive. But then you see all the people that's outraged. It's these big septum piercing, crazy colored hair, out of shape. You could definitely tell these were the people that was, at the lunch table eating by themselves or in the corner or eating lunch at school in the bathroom. So
yeah,
it's just a weird time that we're living in. And so I just think people now with the advent of social media, I can make some noise. I can get popular. I can, make my own wave. I can be, seen and heard and feel like I finally have a voice because, he was kicking my ass all my high school career.
and before we get into some of the feedback in the video, I think social media is the number one thing on my love hate list. I have a severe love hate relationship with social media.
Why you said that?
Because I remember getting on it early, and I was, I used to indulge in it a lot. Get a lot of traffic and just starting these conversations that we had today, or kind of provoking a lot of the conversation that still are prevalent today. And just to see the stuff I used to get, like responses, and I used to catch myself debating back and forth hours.
Mhm.
These used to help me get through my workday.
Yeah.
I'm going back and forth with people I never meet in person.
Right.
I'm looking at other people, in my DM. And it's my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's like people think everybody's opinion is law. It's not law, it's just an opinion. It's a perspective. You don't have to take it personal or hate me or try to find me to where people have really lost their lives.
Yeah.
Freedoms
Yeah.
and other things off of social media. So,
And the thing is, especially with us as black people, we haven't been told how to have discourse with it. Different ideologies, mindset, especially when you grow up in like a strict household or It don't matter if it's strict household or single mother household. It's your mother's way or your dad's way. You're not told to be heard. Children are supposed to be, go sit over there, speak until you're spoken to. So having these conversations where you get to voice your opinion and actually disagree with somebody and not feel offended. I don't think a lot of Black people come up in the era where they know how to dissent or they know how to have good conversation or understand a person's point of view, because so many people are closed off and come in these positions like, I'm right. I know I'm right. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I do know about a lot of Black people, most Black people don't travel out their neighborhood to actually understand or see a different point of view.
That's true.
So it's like I'm arguing with Lakeisha over in the hood. She got 3 generations of paying $27 in the projects. Come on, baby, you ain't well versed. You ain't seen shit that actually had these conversations. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just weird. It's a weird time that we live in, and like I said, it's social media. I can go and voice my opinion when I don't even really have one.
Yeah.
So just a weird time. But yeah, play that first video for us.
Sydney Sweeney's new American Eagle ad is going viral and dividing opinion.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Some critics say the campaign, which highlights Sydney's blonde hair, blue eyes, and references her, quote, great genes, promotes racial messaging reminiscent of eugenics and white supremacy. Online backlash described it as tone deaf and even likened it to Nazi propaganda.
Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda. Wow. Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often.
Others say the outrage is completely overblown, calling it a playful pun and criticizing what they see as a symptom of cancel culture.
Are blue. Okay, so that is the pun. This ad can both be a rejection of the sort of post-gender insanity pushed by the left, and also it can just be a piece of very softcore.
Supporters also pointed to the ad's similarity to a 1980 Calvin Klein campaign featuring Brooke Shields.
Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. Occasionally, certain conditions produce a structural change in the gene, which will bring about the process of evolution. This may occur in one or more of the following ways. Firstly, by selective mating, in which a single gene type proves superior in transmitting its genes to future generations. Secondly, by gene drift, in which certain genes may fade away while other genes persist. And finally, by natural selection, which filters out those genes better equipped than others to endure in the environment. This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvin's and the survival of the fittest.
Calvin Klein genes.
Which also faced its own controversy at the time. The White House even weighed in on this Sydney Sweeney drama, with spokesperson Stephen Chung dismissing the backlash as, quote, liberal outrage. Marcus Collins, a marketing professor at the University of Michigan, argued the campaign could have avoided this controversy by featuring more diverse models, calling the current execution, quote, ignorant, lazy, or intentional. American Eagle responded to the backlash by defending the ad, citing internal polling showing that 71% of viewers found it appealing. As of July 31st, 2025, Sydney Sweeney has not responded. What's your take on the ad? Let us know in the comments.
So I'm gonna say this before we get started.
Yeah.
The outrage is stupid. And when I look at the Brooke Shields stuff, it just looked like the same stuff we learned in science class anyway. How can we not just say they weren't teaching us eugenics in science class?
There's always been undertones of supremacist, I ain't even say supremacist, but a preferred class of people that they want to promote. Because if you look at who's in power, why wouldn't they promote the ones who in power or who resemble the ones who in power? Blue blood, Anglo-Saxon, white male, female. The blonde hair, blue-eyed woman is America's gold.
I'm gonna say this. Why would I promote jeans like American Eagle that's typically not meant for Black women though?
But why would a jean company ignite such outrage anyway? This is clothing we're talking about. I liken it to this. And I said that I seen somebody else speak about it. I said, you know what, that's right. Blue Chew. And I said, when I see these Blue Chew ads, which is for men who got ED or whatever, I don't see white men on these commercials. Or white women. I don't see white couples. I see mostly black. So why are you promoting a dick pill to majority black people? Because that's all used in the Blue Chew ads. You don't see no white couples on no Blue Chew ads. Do you seen some?
No, I ain't seen none.
So that could be also taken, but we pick and choose these things. You see what I'm saying?
But see, it ain't us.
Yeah, but this ain't us. I'm just saying we as in people this American people pick and choose what to be outraged like this. These are jeans. And most of y'all don't even own a fucking American Eagle who outraged by it probably.
That, and like I said, even like us, I don't think that's why a lot of us, I don't think really care, because first of all, we're not really wearing American Eagle like that.
I used to in high school. I can't lie. I used to a little bit in college,
but now,
very minimal though.
Now we're not wearing that.
And
so that's what I'm saying. So when you see somebody that's like, because you got to think about everything that Sydney Sweeney was doing in that video goes against everything that they talk about now. Fat shaming. She's a slender white woman. So you're going against fat shaming.
Yeah.
Then you're talking about jeans, and we're talking about race. Race is always a hot topic. You got the blonde hair and the blue eyes. You look a certain type of way. So that's why when you look at all the outrage and the type of women that's coming up, it's typically these overweight, like I said, septum piercing, heavily tattooed, crazy looking, different colored, haired white women that got an issue with that, because why couldn't it just been simply about the jeans?
And you got undertones of a heterosexual relationship. You say jeans are past, meaning we had a baby.
That too. So you got heterosexual stuff now, because they trying to push the gay agenda. So it's a lot of things that in this one ad that goes against a lot of the left leaning stuff that we see in society right now, which is crazy to see. Play that second video real quick for us. The second.
For one ad.
So let me ask you, do you believe those numbers are true? Because, and the reason I'm asking you, do you believe those numbers are true about all that money and stock rising, got the Mustang in here and stuff like that? The reason I asked that question, is Sydney Sweeney that big of a actress? Like Ashante, what's like a notable, what's a notable role from Sydney Sweeney?
Euphoria.
What is that?
It's like it was like on Netflix, I believe, like with Zendaya and all those things. Like she's a really big actress.
I heard of that. I never
watched Euphoria.
I ain't never watched it.
Now Euphoria, I don't know. I got mixed feelings about Euphoria. It fucked with my spirit so bad.
I ain't watch it.
Yeah, it messed with my spirit bad.
Yeah, like she was trying. In there? Let me look it up, because I'm not familiar with it, but I know that she did really good in that role, and she was trying to move past like that kind of sensual role, like that.
Because I think she was like the cheerleader or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on, let me look
have to watch.
Yeah, Euphoria, it messed my spirit. Yeah.
What is it, like a scary movie?
No, it's just a
series.
It's a series, but it got Zendaya in. I think Drake had bright parts of it.
I'm saying, so it's high school based, like
it's high school based, yes, but
like a Cruel Intentions type shit.
I never seen that, but it got like a trans in it, but the trans was getting raped by the daddy. He was prominent in there. He ends up, I think, committing suicide, and I think the brothers end up getting to find one, push the other one off the steps, and he get killed. It's just, man, it's so much going on.
Okay, so she was in Euphoria, White Lotus, The Handmaid's Tale, that was also really big, and also this thing called Everything Sucks.
I never seen nothing. Oh, I've seen Euphoria.
Ashanti, have you ever seen Cruel Intentions?
Mm-mm.
That's an older movie. That probably came out when I was in high school or maybe middle school. But it had was Justin Timberlake maybe in there? But that's the first introduction to like the mean girl. And I think this is kind of one of those, I ain't gonna say a mean girl scenario, but I've been seeing that a little bit more on my timeline, like the mean girl phenomenon, where you got the popular girl, the beautiful girl who everybody gravitates to, makes a bold statement, and she gets a reaction, and it triggers those who may not be able to garner such attention.
Yeah,
and
I think we're finna get back into that real heavy though.
Yeah.
That whole kumbaya that we seeing from that I'm the girl's girl, I don't want to speak up. We're in a very if you're a woman and you're not paying attention, you're in a very competitive time to be a woman.
Oh, it's very
right now.
Yeah,
it's very competitive. So right now it'd be a great time for you to like separate yourself. Like, hey, I'm a bad bitch. Like, hey, I ain't here. You fat as hell. I'm fit. Like, we finna start seeing a lot of that shit. And I know it sound messed up, but I just said survival of the fittest.
I think too. I don't know if you guys have seen the commercial she did with the body wash.
Who, Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah.
I ain't see that.
You know, like what you guys said, her being fit, you know what I mean, a attractive woman to, you know, some people's perspective. They dogged out that same commercial too.
So they tagging her in.
I think so, yeah.
Because what we find attractive, like beauty standards, it's not as wide as we think, but it is different in different cultures. White culture, the big ass, the voluptuous woman that we like to a degree is not what they like.
Yeah, it was a body wash commercial. It was cheeky, you know what I mean? It was her like normal kind of suggestive kind of commercial.
Bikini type stuff?
No, she was just like, you know, some of the words she was saying, like dirty boys and stuff like that, you know, like that type of stuff. They drugged her for that.
Remember how they tried to do the Whataburger commercial and they had the girl eating the burger half naked on the car and shit? You don't remember that? Yeah, that's kind of what made me think of that. They had a Whataburger commercial. I forgot who it was, but she was in a bikini and she was sitting on the car, fine little white girl. I don't know who she was, but she was eating a burger, and it's supposed to be like a nice Whataburger commercial. But yeah, I think we're finna get into the mean girl era. I think they are, attacking her, but I don't know what she did to garner this type of attack, I guess, or attention. But I do think that we're starting to just see a lot of people gotta, delineate from the status quo, like that whole play nice, kumbaya, I'm a girl's girl, I'm not gonna speak ill will on another female. I think that shit's going out the window.
Well, I think insecurity plays a role. Insecurity will eventually make a person crack. So this is, again, a clothing brand called American Eagle. We're talking about jeans.
Yeah.
This is how you know how the advertising industry works. This is psychology to the max. Where those leftists, where we saw the, purple haired septum, liberal, can put out whatever message they want. You had the NFL saying the NFL is gay. And all of this type of stuff. But they get, you see what I'm saying? On one end, you get to do whatever you want, say whatever you want, present however you want. But on our end, you get to come over here and think you can police.
Right.
Is doing the caring.
Right.
And I see that a lot with like I said, with the body cam footage I watch. And the audit police. You see those guys, they do the filming in public, and they film businesses, but they're on the public easement. And the police are called out, and these Karens, male and female, think they can come out and tell you what your rights are. Say, well, this is in the Constitution, freedom of the press, et cetera, et cetera. But they think they can call the police and say, I don't like what you're doing. You got to leave or stop what you're doing just because I don't like it. You're not breaking the law, but because I don't like it and I don't like how you making me feel, I get to control what you do.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Normatic Creer sent $50 and said, continue your godly and masculine perspective. The community/culture needs your perspective.
Thank you a lot for that super chat. I appreciate that. Make sure you share the video. I know you always there supporting us. I appreciate that once again.
Yes, sir.
What's that next comment we got?
And Tinsley said, Black women are having a meltdown because of Sydney. If only they can lose weight, maybe they can be considered for the ad.
But that's the thing. I didn't see a lot of black women.
I didn't see a lot of black women with outrage either. I've been seeing, like, as a matter of fact, I should play that next video. These are the type of women that we have been seeing outraged with this Sydney Sweeney stuff. And if y'all watching, y'all make sure y'all like the video and make sure y'all share the video as well. But yeah, play that next video for us, pretty please.
The Sydney Sweeney ad, have you seen it?
Oh, yes, I have.
What are your thoughts?
Trying to calm myself, but that would, Sydney Sweeney has good really? Like, the eugenics in that, it's dripping with it, and I'm like, no.
When you saw it, what did you think of?
I mean, I thought, it was disgusting. I think it's just showing what kind of country we're turning into. It's white supremacy at the end of the day. That's what this ad is representing.
I didn't see it, but I have heard quite a bit about it, and a lot saying that it's slighted towards like eugenics and comparing the blue jeans to blue jeans, blue blood, white hair, or not white hair, but like blonde hair, blue eyes, and there's been a lot of comparison to that. I think it's absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not a good look. I mean, she's blonde hair, blue-eyed, white woman, very cute, and a lot of the things she's been doing online have been a little bit questionable. It seems that she's definitely been, pandering to a certain group of men online.
I've seen parts of it, not the whole thing. I understand why people are offended. Whatever the intention.
So watching it just made me think about something. Did you see that video that went around that was saying that the leftist women are starting to notice that men who are in their like group are trying to be leftist leaning or call themselves feminists too are only doing it just to get pussy?
That's most of all, and this is the nice guy thing. I tell people there are no such thing as nice guys.
Right.
Not as a whole. You may find one, but the world, especially in American society, demands and commands too much of men for them to be nice. Right. You got to perform, you got to produce. So when you got these guys saying I'm behind you when they know you talking bullshit,
right?
They have an agenda.
They're just trying to get close to you.
Yeah. Right.
And so I think, and it was crazy. Those same type of women that agree with that ideology still seem to jump across the aisle and fuck with a nigga that have mindsets like us.
Now, another part that we didn't get into, I think, what is triggering a lot of these women, when you look at the Sydney Sweeney, they know the conservative male, especially the Anglo-Saxon male, this is their type. So when she stated that she's pandering to a group of men, that's really what is triggering.
Yeah.
They're triggered because they know that type of woman is what attracts those type of men that they really want, but can't get.
But most of those men, most white men.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing, that's the issue right now, because it's like I want to be able to compete too, but I don't have to put in the work. I'm not putting in the work to compete. And see, most women now, that's why I said we finna get done with that good girl. Oh girl, you beautiful the way you are, but you 300, 400 pounds. Like, come on now, let's be fucking for real. Like, you got to compete. It's a competitive world out here, competitive market. And they talking about this male loneliness epidemic. They always trying to signal little shit and say little shit to make people scared or fear monger. But if you are, especially a white male, pretty much the world, like, we know, like, most women are trying to holler at you as white men because of the idea or the stereotype that white men, got the money, or white men are this, white men are that. So when we have those type of, people that's upset about a Sydney Sweeney going to those type of men, that go back to what I said, those same type of female that's on that feminist ideology still want to jump across the aisle and get those conservative type of men, because conservative type of men lean more to being more masculine. So you still don't, even if you believe that, you don't want no nigga that's girl power, hear me roar. They outside with their shirt off too, with paint on their chest while you out there with your titties out. Like, nobody want to see that. Oh, it's weird.
And to address the last lady's comment, because I want to know what prompted her to say that.
What?
To my black women.
I'll read it again.
Yeah, like that comment seems to be what they call it, like a opportunistic in a way, because again, we just played where the feedback is coming from. How did you automatically assume that it was black women with that type of comment or feedback?
I would say this, considering the language used, if you just heard the words, you know what I mean, I could see that, because I think like politically, just what we came off of with the election, there were a lot of white women that were being advocates for possibly how they think Black women feel. And I do think if you aren't familiar with the background and you see that, and you were also witnessing kind of what was happening on TikTok during that time, you would imagine that these women are going to be advocates for those Black women, using words like eugenics and things like that, which I personally haven't heard white women use against other white women, if you get what I mean. But I do think that that take was not based in any fact, because I'm a Black woman, I got American Eagle jeans, and I saw the ad and I didn't feel offended in the same way. I mean, I could understand the people's perspective, right? But no way, shape, or form would I ever be considered blue-eyed, blonde hair. So I feel like that conversation was one that was never.
So do you think what they're doing right now is a reach, or do you think the outrage is warranted?
I'm gonna say this: in the inclusive place that we're in right now, I could definitely see that, right? Because everybody want to be included. They don't want you to mention particular or specifics, right? We look at Victoria's Secret. They no longer want the elite models that we watched for 10 years that are career, driven women trained in the profession. They want to see the average Jane walking down the runway. So I think this is very fitting for this time, but personally, I feel like it is a bit much.
Yeah, we get into a time we get it's much. I also, messaging is a thing, because I was just going to say this. They keep using this word eugenics. Same way when you talk about the election, they use the word Nazi a lot. They kept bringing up Nazi with when it came up to Donald Trump. He's a Nazi, Hitler. This messaging is to fearmonger people. Like, come on, dog. Eugenics, like, that's a thing. So let me correct this. That's a thing. Eugenics is a thing. There are people that think about a superior race. You had Hitler was one of them. You know what I'm saying? So that is a thing. But you're not going to get eugenics off of a gene ad, not American Eagle.
Well, it's the subliminal, and it's. I don't know, man. I think, like I said, for you to be triggered, like I said, when you even look at that clip where she was triggered before she even finished the question. You see what I'm saying? She was already hesitating doing all that before she even finished the question. So
that bitch finna hit the robot. Like, why are you upset? Like, she said Sydney Sweeney, you just had like a knee-jerk reaction to just act like that. What's going on?
It's similar to the Trump hate that we discussed. Where you mentioned Trump, you're gonna have certain people lose their mind, white and Black.
Yeah.
But when you look at the term model, a model is a prototype of what people would deem as the best or the most preferred. This is a model. Fashion model. This is the standard of what we want how I want my clothes to fit, how I want the brand and the imaging to be perceived, et cetera, et cetera. So
what's even crazier, we got to the point now when you go in the stores, the mannequins big as hell now.
Yeah, you do that. They got the dad bod mannequins, and I want to say,
like, bro, do men really care about stuff like that? Because I don't care. Like me, if someone say, "Oh, say you fat," okay, you're right. I need to lose some weight. I'm not tripping on some. Oh, because he looked like that, everybody shouldn't look like that. No, being healthy is a thing. Everybody should want to be healthy, live a good life. Like, I get it, because some people had this mindset, we all gonna die. True. But the idea of quality of life is important to me. Like, I don't want to die or live a life where I'm sickly, depending on my children, can't get up out of bed, can't do for myself. So the quality of life is very important, So I don't know. Like I said, we just living in a weird time where everybody want to be included. That word inclusion or inclusive and trying to include everybody in everything is crazy. It was and especially with us, it started when I seen the Alabama State flag girls walking down the steps.
Oh, we ain't play that, did it?
I don't think we ever
I still got it, but we ain't played.
But I remember a time where growing up, if you was fat, your ass sat on the side. It wasn't no flag girl, no dance girl, no cheerleader. No, just because you're a big girl, you can go out there and do a split and maybe do a backflip. Like, it was a certain look that you looked like when you got on the field, because, like my dad was saying, like, you become a spectacle at this point. Nobody wants to be a spectacle. You thinking people out there cheering, they say, oh, for her be a big girl, she actually out there. Like, if you got to add a caveat before you say something about somebody, you're a spectacle. And We got to get to the point where, hey, you don't need to be out there on that field until you earn it. Like the participation trophy, everybody should get a motherfucking trophy. Nah. Hey, we went over 10 this year, and then we're gonna still get a trophy at the end of the year. Yeah. Come on now, that's crazy. We're just living in a weirdo time now.
Yeah, people are looking to be triggered, but we got other things on the docket that should be just as triggering, seeing that this is happening around school time.
Yeah,
you want to get into it?
The
hair fight.
So the next thing we're gonna get into is they had a weed fight in Texas. Now I don't know what's the guy's name.
Jonathan Wright.
Jonathan Wright. So this guy, Jonathan Wright, is a celebrity hairstylist, and I think he was supposed to be opening up a store in Texas. And his grand opening, he was giving out free bundles of free hair. And if you look at this video, it's a bunch of women out here, black women, because my personal belief, I don't like black women that don't wear their natural hair, but there's other people that find it attractive. I don't personally do, because I think there's some type of psychology there that's weird when you got to put a different texture hairstyle on your head that doesn't grow out of your head. Now I get it. Y'all gonna say white people wear weed too, but you get my point. I'm talking about the people wearing a different texture hairstyle that grows out your head. A white woman gonna still put hair in her head that looks like her hairstyle. When you got to perm it, dye it. I hate the whole, my hair used to be longer till my mama permed it in the 6th grade. Shut your ass up. Like, you sound crazy as hell. So like I said, that's just my personal belief. I like a more natural woman, not a lot of makeup, not a lot of no lashes. You can still be girly, get your fingernails did and stuff like that. But I think it's weird when we have these women out here fighting to look different, to make themselves look different.
And I don't like the white people do it rebuttal. I hate that. White people eat medium rare steaks. You ain't finna eat no motherfucking medium rare steak.
Right.
Like, it's crazy, but you'll see it in this video.
You can play that next video for us. Y'all already know we
outside the a few moments later.
A crowd at Hair Galleria Beauty Supply's grand opening got out of control this morning, erupting into chaos after pepper spray was sprayed into the crowd.
Well, what we saw this morning was a grand opening crowd that just got out of control after people camped out in this parking lot overnight. But the latest update from fire marshals is that Hair Galleria Beauty Supply will be closed for at least the next 8 weeks until they secure the proper permits.
They had tents, they had their chairs, they had blankets. They were sleeping in the car.
Wright has about 2.3 million followers on Instagram and has famously styled Houston native Meg Thee Stallion and award-winning R&B artist SZA. About 14 hours ago, he advertised $300 to $400 wigs, $4,000 in cash, and other items being given away to the first shoppers that could make it to the store. These posts drew the initial crowd. Social media videos show hundreds of people inside of the store and over 500 people camping overnight in the store's parking lot, waiting for the grand opening the next day and the promise of more free items. After the crowd got out of control, police were called for a disturbance and for calls for heat exhaustion. Everyone that needed help was treated on the scene and it was cleared. The fire marshal then arrived and said the owner did not have the proper occupancy permits and closed the place down.
I feel like if they had like the proper structure, like, form the lines, like the barricade and stuff, then it would have went smoother.
It was babies out here dying from pepper spray.
I'm telling you, like, bro, you have 500 people out there camping overnight
for some goddamn weed,
for some hair.
Now ask yourself, with school starting,
I was just about to say, go ahead.
School start tomorrow, right? Well, I see it.
For some people, yeah. Trey start back Monday.
Okay, so for a lot of people going back to school tomorrow, are you going to have 500 parents, mothers specifically, in front of these schools, making sure their kid get in there safe, meet the teachers, make sure their day goes by well and positive?
No,
probably not.
Hell no. You'll be lucky if you get 500 parents in the city collectively checking on their children like they're supposed to.
even when you see, and not to try to get back to it, but like with another part of this conversation where they ruled no cell phones. The amount of parents I see that are just advocating for these kids to have these cell phones. Fucking child got a 1.6 GPA.
With a cell phone.
What is the importance? We operated with just fine with no cell phones. Right. If something happened, you call the office. I need you. Hey, come to the office. You know, whatever the case may be. This attachment to these cell phones, and I had to catch myself. I had to throw this motherfucker. I'm on it, just scrolling, looking at stuff, just hours.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, man, hell no. Nah.
So yeah, that's the thing is y'all will do all of this for hair and to look a certain type of way, but y'all don't put this type of, you know, veracity into your children's education, your children's health, the well-being. Y'all don't do any of this. And that's the part that got me, because I can see all these women out there, and I guarantee you about 75% of them got children.
Why is weave such a I seen chicks, I gotta use bust down 613, whatever the fuck. You gotta boil it, you know, put it in the freezer, saran wrap it. You gotta do all these things. Like, what is the obsession? I can't understand.
One of the things I hated about when I did date chicks that wore weave is women that clubbed a lot, especially going to smoke.
You can smell it.
Ooh, that shit stinks so bad. I hated this. Oh, that shit right here, the head pat shit. Oh, bro, that shit, that's like a turn off to me. Like, I know that your shit stank up under there. You been had this hair in it for this long. Like, come on, dog. Like, no.
I used to date and like, you know, she spend the night, you know, she want to sleep on your arm, cuddle up. Yeah. I'm like, man, you need to put a bonnet on or something. Like, this shit, it make my arm itch. Yeah. Like Easter basket grass.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what is the, because if you, let's say, but you know, the rhetoric is that I'm not wearing this for you. Like the women say they not doing it for the men.
They don't want to seem like a broke bitch.
So you think it's just accessory that people can identify, like a Rolex or
yeah, it's the same thing. Like when they be talking about we not competing with each other, but then they get out here and fight over the weed so we can get the weed. Y'all always compete with each other. A lot of times women are wearing these things like they talking about the BBL. We don't do it for y'all, but you want to get a bigger BBL than the next chick because you see the attention that she got. Same thing with the hair. Now you talking about the different type of bust downs, the wedding wavy, this type of Brazilian, whatever the names of shit. Like you want to have those type of things to say that, hey, bitch, I'm flexing on you. I'm flexing on you. And so you want to feel like you flexing on another chick. So that's why you want to have the weave or the bust down. That's why when you look at chick, you got to think about it. Girls' hair used to stop shoulder length. Now you got your hair and your braids down past your ass now. Like I'm showing you because you know a girl gonna say it costs more money to get your hair done this long with your braids and all that.
But I remember being in school, like a few chicks used to have long hair, even going up to college. Like long hair.
Real hair?
Yeah, they're real hair. It'll stop to their middle age back and even further than
as if you take care of it and your mama no permanent in 6th grade.
Yeah.
But the idea, like, I don't know, like I think I'm gonna be honest. I don't think a lot of women are taught how to take care of their real hair.
But putting a weave in it ain't taking care of it either. But you know they got the thing called protective styles.
That's what they say, but that's why they do. I think a lot of women do it, like they're braiding it down and then putting it on there. It's like you just, you know, it's like I can get up and go type shit.
But if I'm always wearing protective style, okay, I'm protecting my hair, but I ain't never showing it.
Right.
So it don't make sense.
You say it's protected, but then it don't grow. It don't look healthy. It's uneven. You don't get it cut. You don't give it time to air out. None of this type of stuff. Like those are the things that's why when we have these conversations about the stuff that a lot of women do say, we got to take it with a grain of salt because you say one thing, but do another.
And then they say a lot of these, you know, weave and styles have cancer causing chemicals in them.
They just, like a month ago, I think they said on the news, somebody was getting sued because they said one of their weaves, one of them hair packs or something was causing cancer.
Yeah.
And then they said back in the day, you remember did the good hair, Chris Rock?
Oh, yeah.
Did the good hair. And they said the stuff to make your hair, relax your hair was causing cancer and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff that we do as people that kind of makes you wonder the psychology of the mindset behind it. Because it's like, bro, like, I don't understand why. Because women that get upset with me, they're like, oh, you talk about black women. I'm like, what you talking about? You talk about black women, you must don't like black women. I say, well, you got that shit in your head. Let's talk about how you don't like being a black woman. Let's talk about that, because if we having a real conversation, who more at fault right here? Because when I wake up and go bald head or not, if I got to, all this on me natural. Yeah. But you got the nerve to talk about looks. You ain't got lashes. You got your fingernails. You done contoured your nose, especially the hotel women. The hotel women always talk about Africa. Look at the nose on the Sphinx. But then every time you see them, they contour their nose a little more European. Come on now. Now you look totally different when I wake up with you in the morning than when I see you in the club last night. Your hair different. You got your accessory, and y'all all wearing the same uniform. Now you got your shit slicked down in the front, the down. What the shit? Your edges and shit. Come on now.
Baby hairs.
The quote unquote.
They say a baby hair is like a 6-pack, like some socks. Like, I mean, like I look at she wake up, I got 3 left, like out of pack. Like what?
3 left.
That's crazy. I just can't understand I get it, the aesthetic, because I can see it on social media when I look at a lot of women. They're very similar, very similar from their face and the makeup style. And like I said, I used to be a fly on the wall, like girlfriends. They got their friends. She got her friends over there all doing the makeup. I'm in the, chilling. I'm drinking, listening, and I'm hearing, do my ombre lips. Yeah. Or do my what my concealer at? Or I'm paying attention and soaking this up. Like, that's concealer. Oh, that's the secret weapon. Yeah. See, I'm thinking it's the foundation. Nah, it's the concealer. Because the concealer is what gives the woman a youthful look under the eyes. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why. I'm like, she freaking out. What my concealer? What my concealer? I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's melee. It's crazy. Like, I said, what the hell is up with this concealer? Like, it makes sense now.
Yeah, like it's and that goes back to competition.
It's the competition.
It's the competition. Now you got to do. But some of them, I don't know if they do the flash test. Like you sometimes before y'all go out, y'all need to take a picture to make sure your face.
Oh man,
some of y'all be casket sharp when that makeup be looking to be all so different colors. Some baby, you gotta hit your neck. Hit your neck. Oh, I done seen a chick. I done seen a chick with black ass ears.
Hey, we talking about that. I said, them ears extra crispy, ain't it, bitch?
The ears be black as hell.
Them ears fried hard, ain't it, bitch?
Be like she got a Jason mask on. Why your ears?
You got them ears fried hard.
Oh no, like this is shit we gotta
be them ear cages, ain't it?
They have the nerve to tell us talk about ugly. Come on, bro. Like I'm just think about, like I said, the psychology to put some shit on.
And this is not to beat up. Like I love black women. I do all shades. And what I'm telling you, what I notice, I hear a lot of, when I go out natural with none, that's when I get hit on the most. Well, I'm like, bitch. Well, if I get the better results in this,
but they already told us they don't do it for us.
But they do. When you got to make that a point, when you got to acknowledge and make a post and make a conversation about the type of attention and the men you get, you kind of are saying you do it to a degree.
But if you say I get more attention when I'm kind of like more natural plain Jane, but when I see you most of the time, let's say you 25, 75, when you did up more, you're not really doing it for the men, you're doing it for the females.
But when I say that, when she used the word more, so she ain't saying she don't get attention when she made up. She said more, which, and we know a lot of times more equal.
But if you're saying more, but you don't do to get more, then that means you don't do it for the men. If I say I'm doing it more when I get more attention when I'm playing Jane compared to when I did all the way up, then that lets me know if you're doing it 75% of the time you did up, you don't really care about getting that attention more because you know what I'm saying? You care more about the competition with the other chick. That's why I say when it comes to the BBLs, when we see all these girls wearing all these the quote unquote waist shape. My granny called it a girdle back in the day, but she used to wear girdles. You know what I'm saying? So they are competing with each other. That's why I say the hair down to the ass, who got the longer braids, who got the longer hair, who hair look more natural. I get so tired of now, I can see the screen door in your shit. I don't want to see the mesh appeal. I don't want to see your screen door. I don't want to see it. Then y'all don't even blend. I be watching these videos. They be doing they put the cone right there in the middle. They try to spray it, try to make it look like they real scalp. Yeah. That shit still don't blend well.
What you said something earlier in the stream, you said you got to you listening to it, but you know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it's another conversation where I think this went viral where the woman was saying men was having a request, hey, if we're going on a date, could you not wear makeup? And the woman created a conversation saying, well, you don't ever let a man see you not made up. Like, why you want to see me without makeup?
Yeah, because I think Jesse Wu had made it went viral talking about some it's because you're not used to a bad bitch or you trying to bring me down or some shit she was trying to say. Basically, you couldn't afford her lifestyle, what she was trying to say. Yeah. And some of that is true. Let's be clear.
What you mean?
Because sometimes some men will see a woman and she's up her upkeep.
Oh, yeah.
I know I got to deal with that. Right.
Yeah,
I know I do know I have to deal with that. I do know you got to get your hair did. It's gonna cost this much. Your makeup, your facials, your nails, your body, your massage. Like I understand the upkeep that you come with. So some men will say, I don't want to deal with that. So they ain't got the money to deal with. So some of that is true, depending on the man. But for the most part, I think men understand like what kind of product I'm gonna get when you wake up in the morning, who I'm gonna get when you walking around the house more. Like that's what I want to see. I don't, because if you only attractive to me when you did up, then what is that saying about both of us? Because we both live in a lie. I'm out here telling you cute, but only when you did up. That don't make sense.
I got a controversial take.
What?
Which may explain because you got this male loneliness epidemic. I think you got females really, because you got circle of friends, then they got a secret roster where a lot of women are dealing with 3 to 4 guys or maybe more at any given time. They can have, some company or whatnot. But when you look at the rate at which, like I studied how, and we talked about this Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I can look at, at a woman's social media or just out, and you can kind of tell it's pre-breakup.
Mm-hmm.
And I call it Breaking Bad, to where now you got women leaving the relationships at such a high pace. I think it rests, or it's an underlying issue of being insecure with this man seeing me in my natural state, and he ain't reacting to me in the way that I want the reaction in my made up state. So to avoid not feeling secure, I just rather leave him and be single, and that way I can deal with men on my time. That means whenever I want to see you, I can go and get my makeup done. I can go and get this, and I can have you pay for it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Again, this is my just a
theory, because like I said, I think for the most part in a relationship, I think people want to have a position of rest in a relationship. So being having to be dead up all the time for your man to find you attractive will be kind of disheartening. But like I said, I know a lot of men actually get with women because of how they did up. Yeah. Right. So your bitch a bad bitch only when she got makeup on, but that's when most people see her. When you go out to the club, dinners, church, all these places, she did up. So when people see you with your girl, you still get the pat on the back. But when she take that shit off, she looking like Jabba the Hutt.
But is that's gonna change the mood though, right?
The fantasy, the idea, it gets what I want. Like a lot of men look for, like they said, the sports fishermen. Some men are get low budget fish, but it's still a sports fish. You get what I'm saying? It may not be the big whale where you got a bad bitch that can come out the shower still looking like an 8. She might be a 6 coming out the shower, but she did up. She might be an 8, 8.5, because like I said, with contour and all the different type of stuff they can do, hair and shit, body, put the girdle on. She got her uniform on now.
When you take weave, so what I would ask this: what's the scale jump from women that, because we seen those crazy transformations?
Yeah.
What's the average scale jump you think that a woman goes from no makeup, natural hair, etc., to the weave, the makeup, and all this? Like,
I'm the wrong person to ask for that.
I'm gonna know what
I'm the wrong person, because I never think a woman is attractive doing that. I'm going to look at a woman. This is how I judge women all the time. It's freshly, no makeup, and they real hair. That's what attracts me. Most of all the people I've ever dated, except for my last ex before my wife, she wore weave, but for the most part, she didn't wear makeup and shit like that. But she was kind of like, she bald head.
I'm gonna ask Ashanti. When you see a lot of women, what do you think that from their natural state? What is the usual scale? Like you don't even have to gauge how you think they look, but just confidence level. From natural, no weave, no makeup, to, okay, I got all this done. My energy is this now that we finna go to the club. Is it going from a 6 to a 9? Is it 5 to a 7? Is it 6 to a 8? What's the average jump from no makeup, natural, to the makeup and all that?
I have 2 opinions. Okay. The first opinion is gonna be like that extreme. You know what I mean? Like they got the makeup on and they looking like a 10, and they got no makeup on, they looking like a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I feel like that is a particular makeup girl, right? I don't think that's a norm.
That's birthday makeup. That's what I call
it. Could be birthday makeup. It could be just like what you guys, like you see us at the club, you see us at church, you see us here, and she looking real good. But when we get home, she ain't got no eyebrows, she ain't got no lashes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do think that would be an extreme jump. Like she feel like a 10. That's why every time she leave the house, she goes to the gas station, she goes to the grocery store, she go to check the mail, she wake up in the morning and she finna lounge around the house, but she gonna have some form of makeup on, right? That's gonna be that extreme jump. That's probably like a 3 to an 8. Or, you know what I mean?
That's a lot.
Something like that. Yeah, because there are some women that use it to cover up some insecurities they may have post hyper pigmentation. They may not have
Cigarette
eyebrows. Cigarette burns, I guess. You know what I mean? Like they can have a lot of different things. Now, like for me personally, I feel like I try to do my makeup in a more natural state. You know what I mean? Like I do use concealer and all those things that you guys mentioned, but I feel like when people see me out and I don't have makeup on, they know it's me. They like, oh, I see you on the internet, whatever. I don't feel like I'm, I guess, any more or less attractive if I have my makeup on. I know I convey across a certain way on camera, like I want to look my better self, right? Which is like what I want to put on some makeup, but I don't feel like, oh, I see this guy out and I don't have no makeup on, like he ain't gonna think I'm cute. I've never thought that ever in my life.
Another thing is too, I guess if we were just to look at it like this, when it comes to like the makeup and the weave aspect, sometimes them doing that tries to show that they're trying to. Because then it's like, what if I go on a date with a chick and she's like barefaced it?
Oh, you talking about putting in effort?
Yeah, like putting in effort. Like some of that shows like you are like putting in effort to be here. So like when Ashante talk about like maybe doing like her interviews or something, like getting dolled up, putting on dresses and stuff like that. When she convey on camera, it's like, hey, this is what I do. This is my profession. I'm putting my best foot forward. I can get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it might be the same thing where a lot of women might think like, hey, I'm going on a date. I'm going out. I'm trying to get chose on. I want people to know that I'm putting my best foot forward. So
yeah, because getting ready to go out, like it's fun, like to do your makeup, to do your hair, to get in that space where you want to be received well. Yeah. It's putting you in a good energy, in a good space. If a guy invite me out and it's like a first time thing, it's not somebody I've been seeing for a while, and I don't have no makeup on, I feel like maybe this is a business meeting. You know what I mean? Like we just really linking up on a particular thing and liking each other is not it. Because if I really liked you, I would have been in the makeup, making sure I smell good, my outfit look good, my hair looks nice, that I'm well received.
So everything will be meticulous because you want a certain reaction. I get it. And see, that's what I'm thinking too. Like if we look at it from that aspect too, like sometimes it could be just I'm trying to put my best foot forward.
Yeah.
I can see that. But going back to, like I said, because they ride it from the looks of it. She's like they had to spray pepper spray and they had their kids out there. So they
said people was getting hit by cars out there.
See, I ain't see the car, but I saw the crowd being so.
See, this is my opinion about all that what happened out there. Some of what you guys said too. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Jonathan Wright's I guess like TV presence. He was on a show called Bad Boys, right? And they were doing some of that stuff. You know what I mean? Fighting and that aggressive behavior, that baddies behavior.
Oh, okay.
And so I think those were the fans of that show. And
so those people gonna kind of gravitate to doing those.
Yes, it wasn't. I don't think that was particularly just because, oh my God, they getting weaves and we finna snatch the weaves. He's already set the precedent and the standard that he's okay with violence, right?
So, but you don't think people should be able to separate, hey, this is TV and we in the real world, like your ass gonna go to jail?
Not particularly when that's their lifestyle that they live in, right? Because there are people that watch baddies that reflect their life.
Yeah.
They may not be traveling to these different countries, but the aggressiveness between women, the fighting, even Bad Girls Club, being in the house, fighting different women that you don't even know.
Yeah.
That's how people live. And so he was doing that. He came to Birmingham and was a judge on a TV show. They was fighting on there. You know what I mean? It's just that aura and that energy that he attracted. So I'm not shocked they went down there and tore it up.
And I've seen the street interviews with shout out my guy Mike Strange from Huntsville. He interviewed a lot of people. We talk about this, and you just look at the women that he interviewed, they automatically get in the camera when this get in the character when this camera is on them. Like they feel that on the show, man. The main character syndrome.
Yeah.
Like I think you got a group of people that have been groomed and grew up in social media to where they think the real world operates in the same capacity that their social media world operates. They can't distinguish the two.
That's the sad part about it. Now, people don't know when to cut it on and off, and that's the issue. I think most adults understood that. See, we grew up with a thing called code switching. Like, when a certain person called, you talked a different way. When you're around this person, you act a certain type of way. And it wasn't on some fake shit. It's just you understood what the different environments that you're in and what type of energy that you're trying to convey. Now it's like, oh, I'm real. I'm me. I ain't gonna never change. I'm like this 24/7. So you're a retarded motherfucker every day. Like
keeping the real goes wrong.
Yeah, you can't be like that every time you go somewhere. Yeah. Like you gotta have some type of decorum. Like if you're gonna go to a business meeting and smell like a pound of weed, no, you're gonna want to have the best cologne, smelling a certain type of way. The conversations that you have, the way that you speak, you're not gonna use as much profanity. So those things that I don't think a lot of people really just compute in their mind. And like I said, we had a thing, like I said, called code switching, and not necessarily, and I'm just using that, loosely, because typically code switching was when, you're around pretty much a white person, you act a little different, than how you act when you with, somebody black. But I'm just using that loosely just for an example. You know what I'm saying?
Answering the phone, like I told you, I got a lot of call center environment work experience. And I used to be good at what I did. But I used to hear the women, thank you for calling, how may I help you, and then get off of, yeah, good. They wanted billing, they put the phone on mute and talk to the co. Yeah, good. He won't billing again, but hey, Miss Brown, yes, I'm here. I'm about to transfer you now, talking prim and proper. But to see that this character base, because you could kind of see, like if you pull up the baddies and any of these what they call reality TV stars, you can see somebody in your city in a club, party, wherever, emulating, dressed like this same character and persona, as if they're them.
This is what I call back to when I say these motherfuckers is retarded. And the reason I say that is because there's no reason for you to be acting like a baddies in the club fighting. But then the amount of videos that me and you share between each other of just chicks out there fighting with the same uniform, the red color hair, the edges, the long fingernails, they all got the same kind of uniform on. They all look the same. They all talking the same. So it's like, dang, you would think that this behavior would be just for this TV show, but no, it's spilled over to real life, real world behavior, which is sad and scary. That's why if a chick say, yeah, I watch baddies or nah, you can don't move on. I don't even want to. Nah, we don't need to have no conversations, no nothing, because I know that shit polluting your mind. If you got one time for you to come in here and think you finna two-piece me like Shakara, hell no.
Speaking of, you want to get to
Shakara? We're gonna get into that.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, we're gonna get in there. So we're gonna talk about Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri Richardson is a gold medal track athlete and recently got arrested in the airport. And I'm going to just read what the news report said real quick. So, the Christian Cole, Sha'Carri Richardson's boyfriend, speaks out about her arrest. Christian Coleman defended Sha'Carri Richardson after an alleged incident in the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport in which Richardson was arrested for domestic violence, according to the police report obtained by USA Today Sports. Police say Coleman was the victim in the incident. This is what he said. For me personally, I feel like it was a sucky situation all around, Coleman said Sunday. I don't feel like she should have been arrested. I mean, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. She has had things that she needs to work on for herself, of course. So do I. So do you. So does everybody. But I'm the type of guy who's in the business of extending grace and mercy and love. Coleman competed in the 100 and 200 meter in the U.S. track and field championship. He failed to qualify for the next month's world championship. He ran a season best 9.86 in the 100 meter and placed fifth. He placed sixth in the 200 running and season best of 20.2. That's why they got into argument. She said, "Nigga, you ain't even placed. Nigga, I'm a gold medalist."
Yeah, because he attracts out too. Right?
That's what they got in the argument on. Nigga, you can't even place. You think I'm finna be with your bum ass? You can't even catch me if I tried to lead. That's what she told me.
Now, what we got is the footage of him doing something that I think a certain type of guy would do.
But let's play the video.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel as if like she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she has like things that she need to work on for herself, of course. So do I, so do you, like everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just like extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if like I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at like situations like this to just like, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you can do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and a human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. And so that's kind of how I look at the situation.
So I'm gonna say this. When it comes to Sha'Carri, she has a piss poor attitude.
I like Sha'Carri, dog.
She got a piss poor attitude. You could like her, but they don't take away from her piss poor attitude when she was fucking getting beat by them fucking Jamaicans and trying to act like she was the big dog and got her ass smoked that last race before she became a gold medalist.
She got a redemption story. Yeah,
she had, and the thing about it is, I don't like the attitude of I'm the champion without the hardware. I don't want that, the participation trophy, to acting like you big shit. Of course, you're building a name for yourself, but a lot of the reason you was building a name for yourself was because of the antics, was because of the long hair, was because when you did win races, what you was doing after the races, and those are things that I feel like shouldn't have qualified you to have the platform or the garner the attention that you got. You notice how that she's winning now, nobody talk about her. When she was losing, everybody was saying, "Hey, y'all hating on the black woman." Woo. They were trying to have all this attention on her, but now that she winning, ain't nobody saying nothing about her.
It's true.
You ain't heard nothing. You ain't seen a report. You ain't seen a Nike ad. You ain't seen shit. It's the next time we see her, she got to fight with her dude in the airport because I think she has a piss poor attitude, and you could tell that how she was acting, how she would talk on the her attitude when she was getting interviewed, just seemed like a piss poor person. And also her upbringing, even when she was talking about losing her mother when she was getting all that attention, she's like, "Well, I lost my mother." And then she's like, "Yeah, I lost my mother, my biological mother." So when people say I lost my biological mother, that lets me know that your upbringing might have not been the best.
I got you.
Because if you got to say that biological, because most people just would assume you're talking about your biological mother, right?
That's true.
So if you got to put that caveat in there, it lets me know that this person didn't raise you. And then when you get into the backstory, you find out you and this person didn't have the best relationship. So your upbringing as well is kind of checkered. You know what I'm saying? So you may not know how to deal with a man or be in a relationship or deal with people.
And looking at his response and covering, which this is chick, however, this becomes very hazardous and dangerous because you got a few athletes that have been unalived by their woman. So what you do when you do this, and you go and make excuses to being assaulted in public at an airport where it's cameras everywhere, meaning all inhibitions, all fear of whatever consequences now is no longer present.
That's the scary part.
That's the scary part.
You'll beat my ass anywhere.
So imagine what would happen if we are behind closed doors.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when you do this, let's put her in his seat. Would she be extending grace and would they be listening to it? Absolutely not. It's very dangerous when people put their hands on you. I'm non-violent. I never put my hands on a woman ever, and I won't, because if you can make me mad enough to me put my hands on you, knowing the physicality difference, I don't need to be with you.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
So you're crazy.
Yeah, like you ain't finna go and jump. Ain't too many sane people about to go and try to rustle no bear or a tiger or an animal that's an apex predator. So the fact that you would do this to me, you ain't all the way there in the head.
Right.
So you got to leave. So when you see a guy like this making excuses and all of that, you doing PR because he knows this my check.
You think it's his chick?
Yeah, you just said he ain't place. So he don't have the same potential and possible future in track and field that she has. She got the check, she got the name. So he's willing to do all the PR,
But
to keep that relationship.
That's if she breaking the check. I'm just gonna be real. I think, she probably got a piss poor attitude, but she probably fucking like a fool.
But that too. But I'm saying it's gonna be some spillover opportunity for him.
Think so?
Yeah, she got a few endorsements. She got Nike.
I get that, but I'm saying I just don't.
The fact that even in the room with you, that's your car boyfriend. Yeah, he's gonna get certain perks just off that. So if he messed this up, who he finna deal with? This probably the biggest name, the biggest celebrity type of woman he's ever dealt with and may ever deal with in life. So he gonna do the PR to keep the relationship going and make it seem like ain't nothing wrong. But then in a few weeks or a few months or however long, his ass can be taking a dirt nap.
Could be. And then, like I said, this happened in the airport. They got some cameras.
This in the airport.
So they're gonna probably release some footage of this.
Yeah, I think they do got the footage.
So they release footage of you getting a 2-piece. See, and another thing is me seeing you as a man, seeing you get punched up by your bitch in the airport.
Yeah.
How can I respect you as a man? You just saying your bitch beat on you in the airport. I can see if we find out you was getting beat up behind closed doors, but this bitch beat your ass in the airport.
So what is she? What else she doing in public?
Most sane people, the airport is probably the last place you want to fight, because I want to be able to fly and go different places, and I don't want to have to be banned from the airport, because you know how difficult not being able to fly will make your life.
Yeah, no fly zone.
It's like, come on now. So like the airport is where the most people are trying not to get into any kind of scrummages in the airport. She just haul off and hit you like that. I can't deal with it. Ashanda, what you think?
I personally feel like he should have avoided the question altogether. Being, domestic violence is very sensitive both ways.
Yeah.
And some people could read him being an advocate for domestic violence, saying she don't need to get arrested for what she did in the airport. On the other hand, he could have said she should have got arrested, and people would have, clown his masculinity. I feel like it was really a question. If he had a PR team, they should have told him, you don't need to answer any questions regarding this, especially if you want to move forward in this relationship, because, hypothetically speaking, let's say one day she Ray Rice him, you know what I mean, in the elevator.
Yeah.
And, and then she gonna go to jail. They might be like, oh, well, you was just saying she ain't deserve to get, you know what I mean, go to jail now. Now she done beat you up. Now, you know what I mean? So I think he should have avoided the question altogether. As far as them fighting in the airport, like you guys said, that's a place you don't want to make no mess ups, no mistakes in the airport. You could be on a no-fly list. You could go to jail outside of the state that you're in. Just so many things that could conflict your travel plans. So you have flashed out so much where you don't even care about the consequence and how detrimental it is. We're not on the side of the road or somewhere else. We are literally in a federal place.
Right.
Like where the consequences are, more intense. So definitely she needs to seek some corrective therapy, you know what I mean, to figure out what's going on. And if it's departing from their relationship, like you said, Chris, I'm not getting ready to be around somebody who is going to push me to the extent of wanting to put my hands on them.
I agree.
Also, I do believe people that will put their hands on you in a negative way do have the ability to kill you if the opportunity presented itself. I do feel like at this point in time, she has lost control and they need to go separate ways in a safe way. But
y'all think she'll continue the relationship?
Yeah. Him doing that right now.
He gonna
the olive branch.
He's stupid.
Yeah.
He's stupid.
Yeah, he's stupid. He need to get out of there.
Yeah.
Because he don't know how this can go. Because this ain't just something that just happened. This is gonna be an ongoing. She probably gonna have a court date. She got arrested.
He gonna be there
and he gonna be there. So again,
see the thing. What's gonna be scary? I think this situation. I think after everything transpired, let's say she go to court. What's good, Tyrell? Let's say she go to court. Let's say They find a sentence. Let's say she do community service. Let's say she pay a fine. Let's say she do something like that. She'll keep him along or tag along for optics to say, hey, we on good terms, kind of like how Ray Rice's wife ended up marrying him after, she got knocked out or whatnot. But I think she would definitely tag along. But what's gonna hurt and what's gonna be crazy is after all that goes away, she pay a fine, do whatever, find out what court happens, and she say, okay, now I'm done with you. We don't know how he might respond. Because it's like, I say, you from jail, you think you finna just leave me? We done been through all this. Now he might spaz on her.
I'm gonna tell you one thing I also noticed when it comes to celebrity and high profile women. And I said, it makes sense. I liken it to where they got these things where a lot of people, mostly, I say women, they get the pets. I seen Kevin Samuels talk about it, get a dog, die alone, get some cats or whatever. Women are very emotional and you got this pressure. These high profile women, they come with a lot of pressure. Rappers, athletes, artists, etc. It's a lot of pressure. I rarely see them single for a long period of time. It's like they have to have an emotional partner.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They can't bring the dog on the red carpet. They can't bring the cat on the red carpet, so they'll get a guy that they know is really not their type. They know that they're really not attracted to, but because he's useful, I bring him along.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Stedman, Oprah, and never marry you, nigga. But you can come on and kick it, be a boyfriend for 30 years, and it won't be a conversation about it.
Ashanti, do you think Stedman is Oprah's beard?
I mean, you know what? I think like people have their own relationship dynamics, and right now we're not always championing and celebrating traditional dynamics. We are in a blended family. We are in, different norms of the household. I feel like it worked for them. He cool would be. It would be one thing if he was begging to marry her and she was like, no, they got into this knowing we ain't gonna get married. So I feel like they situation cool.
I think Monica just got married again.
Monica just got married
again. Yeah.
To who?
I don't know, but this is just this emotional support that I'm like, you broke up on Tuesday, popping out on Thursday.
Because she was just
not her per se, but I'm just saying
no,
a lot of these
it's
women.
Funny that you say it because she was just talking about C Murdoch. Remember just last year for last talking about C Murdoch and going to see him and he the love of her life and all of this type of stuff. So now you get married, like as a dude, and you saying these things publicly. And I go and marry. Like, what does that say about me? You said this man's the love of your life. Now, granted, you've been married to another nigga already, too.
And it's Rocco baby mama, too.
So, come on now.
She married Anthony Ant Wilson.
So what does he do?
R&B singer.
Oh, okay.
Anthony Ant Wilson.
Well, that'll make sense. They in the same.
Yeah, they probably fucking in the studio.
Which I get, but it's just like I said, some of these, like, and I look at the headlines behind it. Like, what is the craze of this person getting a new relationship? This ain't no news.
Yeah,
this ain't Trent. Like, what's
this? They 100th relationship.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Same thing with Meg and Clay Thompson. That's how I feel. It's like,
who gives a fuck?
That's why I said it's just another day in the office. Like, she just making her rounds.
Yeah,
he making his round. It just is what it is. They ain't gonna be nothing real. It would surprise me, but then who knows? He might put a ring on him.
We have some comments.
Clay gonna put a ring on him. What's the come above that one Jazz put up there?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, it says
scroll up.
Oh,
on the comments. I ain't see what the one above that one.
She was commenting to another commenter about.
Or she responded.
She said she saw multiple Black women having comments about the American Eagle, so they have seen the same comments.
Okay. But like I said, I didn't initially see, the Black outrage like I see with the white liberal woman. Yeah. But it's a lot of stuff is going on. It's just weird. Like jeans.
Yeah.
What? This is outrage. This calls outrage. An ad for some jeans.
This is why I tell you all the time. We bored as a people. We ain't got shit to do. Bathrooms, your sexuality, jeans, counseling. What they probably counseling? Dunkin' Donuts. Mad at Joey Swole. Like, what the fuck? Like, all of this shit is weird to counsel, but you're bored. You ain't got shit else to do. You're on your phone all day. Let me be mad about something. I don't know. I don't have the emotion. I just think about I don't have the emotional capacity to be upset about stuff. But I'm a pretty level-headed dude. Like I don't get upset about much anyway. So when I see stuff, I'm just like, this is not really that big of a deal.
I try to find. I'm emotion. I didn't spend so much emotion on shit. I'm like, man.
Yeah, my emotions is like tapped. Like I don't have. All I got emotions for my wife and kids. All the social justice shit that people want to be upset about. Y'all can have that shit. I just don't have it. You know.
And before we get out of here today, I know we did a segment on this on the Jabari Peoples case. They're showing the body cam footage. I think District Attorney Danny Carr is showing the body cam footage to the family today at 2. And I think they're going to have a press conference, but he stated it's not going to be released to the public. And I'm thinking, why is this so secretive? And why did it take 6 weeks for this to play out? Who knows? But I think because it's gonna be spillover. Somebody gonna leak and the details. They may not leak the video, but the details of this of what truly occurred is going to be discussed and revealed today. And I think it's gonna be a lot different than what we are expecting it to be.
And when you say different, what you mean? What do you think people are expecting?
I think people are expecting this to be a clear case of police homicide, like an innocent victim.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are looking to say, well, he didn't deserve it. I think people are going to make it. I think people are expecting the police officer to be 100% wrong, which is why they had all this shroud of secrecy. But I think it is going to reveal a little bit different take. To where,
so what are you thinking?
My prediction. I predict that it may have been some type of physical encounter.
Think so?
Yeah.
Like they got to find you?
Yeah, because if they're saying he got shot in the back, if I get out my car, am I backing up to you? I'm just thinking about you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the gun, all that, how my back get turned. I can see me rushing now. I see you reach, she finna shoot. I turn and run.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I just don't think it's gonna be what people are expecting. I think it was some type of altercation. That's just my prediction. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's what people are expecting and what people have rooted themselves to believe.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of 50-50. You know, I think they're gonna always try to find a fault with the police.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's just gonna be cut and dry like he would just law abiding and he did everything.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah.
And the man just went out there and shot him. I don't think that. And then I don't like the idea of another thing, because I've been seeing a lot of the quote unquote activists in Birmingham that was making all this noise and wanted to go and ride and protest, be out in front of the police station. But as soon as they found out that it was a black police officer, we don't hear nothing else from them.
And just for clarity, where we are located, our studio and suite is right behind the Homewood Police Department. And I left one day and I saw 3 people out here with signs. I saw a woman and 2 males at the bottom of the hill. And, you know, the no justice, no peace, but it was only 3 of them. And I said, why do that? Why? Because y'all can't do it. If the police want to buck and do whatever, y'all can't do nothing with these. Y'all are outside the police department. Y'all 3 ain't enough for these people.
But they bored. They ain't got shit to do.
Yeah, but I don't know what relation they were to him. Yeah. They could have just been SJWs. I'm not sure what the relation was, but I'm just going on what I saw. And I'm like, it's just 3 of y'all?
They were peaceful, though. They were peaceful.
Yeah, they was peaceful.
You know, I saw them too. They were peaceful, and they have the right to protest. You know, I rolled down, and they were talking to the police, right? So it was some conversation between the two. The police department knew they were there. Yeah. They were in their contained space. They weren't jumping out at the cars. And they have a message that they want to share. I feel like they have every right to do that. I do agree, like you said. I feel like it may not be completely clean on either person's hand. However, I don't think anybody deserves to lose their life in the way in which we've heard about so far. The details that I've heard so far, I haven't heard a justification as to why somebody lost their life. And I just want to highlight Rakia's comment. She did say thank you for the update, and she also said God rest his soul. He was one of our beloved bulldogs from AAMU, which is A&M.
Yep.
Yeah. So like I said, I don't think we're gonna. They might release it later on, but I just think what we think is going to happen. I agree. I think it's going to be like I said, I don't think it's gonna be cut and dry of him just doing what he's supposed to do, just coming out shooting. But like I said, my outrage goes back to, like I said, is they only care about a black life being taken by a white man or a white police officer. I don't like that. And like I said, the quote unquote activists are full of shit in our community. And the reason I say that, because, and I tell y'all this, they say they black power activists, they full of shit. They all about getting money. And that's all it is. When you see Benjamin Crump, the ambulance chaser and shit like that, it's all about a check. It's all about, suing to get some money and nothing. And how I feel about stuff, and I just put myself in the situation. If my son died, I don't fuck that money.
Yeah.
Hey, it gotta be some blood.
I need my pound of flesh.
Like I just can't imagine my son either one of my sons being taken from me in that manner. Like, or just anyway, it's just I fuck that money. Like, what the money not gonna bring my son back, because I care more for my son, and I feel like I know too much to feel like I'm just gonna be in a rigmarole where money just solve everything. And I think that's where we at now, where people are feeling like money just solve everything. Oh, you got $100 million, but my son died. Like, that pain, that void, I don't care how much money you give me, that's not gonna heal this. It's not gonna take that pain away from me, especially something that I put this much time and effort in raising and money and rearing and shit like that. Like, those things mean a lot to me, Yeah. So like I said, a lot of people, but I also do understand a lot of people do put their children in these positions to be sacrificed too for paydays, believe it or not.
I would agree. A lot of children are paydays for a lot of people. I guess assistance is, but I don't want to take it to that point. Like I said, this is going to be interesting once this video is shown to the family. Rest in peace. We've been talking about these type of issues like for years, from Mike Brown, Sterling, Tamir Rice. There's a bunch of different cases where we can speak about where a police unalived a black man, and it may have been caught. I can't even say it may have been caught for. It was unjustified. And you see the people come out, and then once it's settled, it goes away. No more conversation, no more talk, no more nothing in remembrance of the life lost. On to the next.
Well, I think it's gonna be hard to continue something like that when, like I said, you're so wrapped up in your life, your children, your business, your job, you getting money, So those are things that's going to be hard to kind of continue going on. So for that long, what people keep it up. So, like I said, said today at 2:00.
Yeah, they're gonna show that.
So today at 2:00, they'll be releasing the video. Hopefully, we'll get some type of feedback from the family that they're gonna speak out.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have people on the inside that's gonna be reporting, and they're gonna yield. The details will be out today. Whether it's gonna come out some form, shape, or fashion. We gonna know what happened.
You got anything else you want to say?
No, it was a good show. Shout out to Ashanti for the production and the camera working.
Somebody's trying to get good at working behind the scenes and shit.
Yeah, I ain't coming back now. You trying to be funny?
Get her producer credits.
Working the show and shit. Oh, snap, man.
Oh my God.
What you gotta say?
That's it. Rest in peace, Jabari Peoples. Yeah, we're gonna have these. This is the type of content we want y'all to be entertained by and educated by, versus your typical ratchetivity that we see on a regular basis. There are more stories and more things going on that are going to affect you indirectly and directly, and that's what we try to highlight.
So I want to just say we'll be back Monday because I'm gonna have my kids. Well, I could do some Saturday. You got something this Saturday?
We're in the lab. It's go time now, baby.
We might be back Saturday. I don't want to say for sure, but I'm gonna have my kids with me Saturday. They'll sit down. Yeah, we'll see. We might be back Saturday, Monday for sure. Monday and Wednesday for sure. I just want to tell everybody, when y'all come here, we just trying to raise the IQ of people, try to raise the consciousness of people. The reason we have the conversations that we want to have like this, and they don't get promoted like they should or pushed like they should, because we understand that there are more people that are retarded, low IQ, and want to see people fighting and punching each other in the face and stuff like that. It ain't about love. It ain't about being bright, intelligent, or smart. It's nothing about those type of things, but that's what you get when you come here. We want to have great conversations. We want y'all to be in the comment section telling us how y'all feel about certain situations, and feel free to comment. Put what y'all want to topics that y'all want us to talk about on Instagram. I think Rakia has sent. So is that Rakia sent something?
Yeah.
Some comment topic that you wanted to talk about, and we will get around to that. We just got to get a good. My goal for Saturday is to get a good panel. I don't want to keep inviting just random people here, because I feel like some people get in here and they freeze up. They don't have nothing to say. They don't have their own talking points or thought process. We can't, have little debates in here and people stand 10 toes down on how they feel, or make conscious, decisions or educated decisions to change their opinion when they're presented new evidence or facts and stuff like that. I don't want to have the little emotional shit. So that's what we're working on now for Saturdays. If I can get us some good people in here, just a staple every Saturday, that the same people, we have good conversations where we ain't inviting just crazy motherfuckers and just want to sit on the couch and hold space. I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm saying with Saturdays, we still working on our Saturday panel lineup. And that's all I got to say. Shonda, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, it was a good conversation. I think y'all do need a good panel too, because y'all are very like-minded in some stuff. Y'all need somebody to break that up. Just to be honest. But I do think today was a very good panel, and probably in about 23 minutes they will be releasing probably some more stuff. It'll be 2 o'clock in about 23 minutes. So if you are leaving this live, make sure you check in. And are you guys gonna do a response to what the family says?
Yeah, we definitely do a response.
Yeah, and make sure you come back for the response, because we want to hear what you guys have to say too.
All right, it's the New Normal Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like the video, share the video, and tell everybody about the New Normal Podcast. Peace.